How's it going? How's it going, champs? This is another 6-minute video. This is where I talk about a random topic for 6 minutes in front of a camera and a microphone. The goal is not necessarily to gain fame and fortune and subscribers and view counts, but that would be great. But that's not really the point. The main focus of these videos is just to become a better speaker in public speaking and just become a more efficient speaker in general, right? It kind of forces these videos kind of force my brain to become a better thinker on the fly, knowing what to say next, coming up with things to say, and most importantly, getting off topic. I wanted to talk about that a little bit, but before I do, we're playing some Pixel Gun in the background. We're just messing around, basically. This game it's been through a lot of stuff. And if you're not aware, I mean, this game was way back in the 2000s. This game was really popular back then. It's fallen off considerably, for sure. But man, it is something. It is something. It still holds a dear place in my heart, and it deserves that. It deserves a spot there. Anyway, I was going to say, we're just going to be going into, not this one. I don't know. It's just, I don't really like being cramped. Okay, we can do the hockey ring. Anyway, I was going to say, I completely forgot what I was going to say, but the purpose of this video, I want to say, was convenience. Man, I was trying to download a game to do this video on. It was Need for Speed Heat, and I downloaded it from Steam. I got it running. It was going great. I got my controller connected to it, my Xbox controller here. It was amazing. But you know what happened? Literally, I kid you not, 2 minutes into playing, the game crashed. The game crashed, and it didn't work. I was like, oh no, what the heck? Why did it just crash? I've got a good computer. I've got a good CPU. I mean, I don't know. It's a game from EA. It shouldn't really be crashing. I expect other games, but it did, and it completely reset my computer. It reset my computer. The game itself didn't crash. The whole computer crashed. So I booted it back up. I got it working, and the one thing I noticed was when I looked into my task manager, Need for Speed Heat was taking an atrocious amount of CPU power just to run. I wasn't even racing. I was in the main menu, and it was taking 80-90% of my CPU. I was like, holy cow, why is it doing that? Why is it using that much CPU? Apparently, it's something to do with the config files where the CPU that I have is able to run at that amount of speed, but just because it is able to doesn't mean it should be. And there's no reason it really should be right now. And I mean, that's just the whole reason about it. It's not healthy for it, and it's just leading to it crashing all the time, which is no fun. So that being said, it was crashing because I don't know. It was just the game was not optimized for my computer. And that's really unfortunate because I want it to be optimized for my computer. When I download something from Steam, and I'm not bashing Steam a little bit, I want something, when I download something from Steam, I want it to work on my computer. And in this instance, it didn't. And this is not the only time this has happened. I want a game when I download it, I want it to work, and I want any kind of software I want when I download it, I expect it to work. And this was a huge letdown, which was unfortunate because now I have to go into the game files, which I'm not even sure where they are on my PC. I got to go into the game files, change the config file of my user. When I downloaded the game, I got to change the config file to fit or to reduce manually the amount of cores that Need for Speed Heat is going to utilize, so it doesn't use up that much CPU, which is ridiculous. Why in the world would I need to do that? Why has that not already been done for me? Why would the fact that someone's expecting me to go in, EA is expecting me to go in, change the app to fix their own game to work on my computer is insane. Enough said. Let's see here. Place that down. Enough said. But seriously, why is it like that? I don't like it. Anyway, I was going to say, with Windows and everything, I'm a big convenience guy. I work in IT. Now, I'm not trying to flex that on anybody, but I don't want to say it's boring either, but at a certain point, you kind of get fed up at the way technology works. And the way technology works is so frustrating sometimes. It can be just the worst thing that you've ever handled, because unlike a car or something where you do everything right and it will run, like computers, you can do everything right and it just still chooses not to run. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just happens like that. And this disappears more or less when you get down to the really bare root of things, where you're coding on a very root level. But not everybody's doing that. And even then, if you're coding on a root level, sometimes you're like, well, wait a second, why isn't my code working? Don't know. Doesn't even tell you. I mean, I can't imagine programmers trying to do things because there's no information. You have to know everything, or else, you're fricked, you're boned. There's no way for you to figure that out. Thankfully, AI has helped a little bit with that, but AI has been more of a detriment, I would say, to coding than a help to it. Has it helped with security? I think so. I think it's helped point out some flaws that even humans have not been able to. Unfortunately, it's also helped the other side of people trying to break into things that people have not been able to shut down yet. So it's a side on both sides. But getting back to the topic that I wanted to get to is convenience. When I'm downloading a software or any application for any use whatsoever, I do expect it to work, and I want it to be able to run smoothly if it does, without sacrificing a whole lot of my time to get it working. It should be a very simple process, but maybe I'm not thinking about it right. If anyone in the comments or anybody that's watching this for this long, nobody watches these videos this long. You've long since clicked off this video according to my analytics. But if you have, what should I say? If you've downloaded a game like Need for Speed Heat, the game in question that I'm talking about, let me know if you've gotten an astounding amount of CPU usage from it, that it should not be using that much. And I might update this to let people know, hey, it's working now, which would be great. It would be great if it could just suddenly start working, but I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. But it really speaks to the convenience of things, where when I worked with technology for so long, I just expect things to work, and I don't have the patience nor the time to go through this long process of going through my files of the game to make the game work on my computer. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's a huge blunder to people trying to get my game, or people trying to get their game working on my computer or getting me to play the game. It's not good. It's not good. And this is why consoles are going to be coming back strong as king, because people don't want to work with computers. I can't imagine anyone that's going, yeah, let's work on computers to get a simple game that's already been prepackaged working and we bought it already. It shouldn't work like that. It shouldn't work like that. I like the area effect of this cube. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. I will see you in the next one. That's a 10-minute video. I can't believe it. These videos are only supposed to be 6 minutes long, but I've been terrible at keeping to that rubric. Anyway, see ya.